This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so the first thing, what is Linux? I think all of you know that this is a operating system, right? Operating system. So now, second thing, it has a multiple flavors actually because of free and open source. Okay, this open source. So it has a multiple flavors. Some of the popular flavors, though there are more than 240 flavors available in of Linux. Okay, some of the popular flavors which we have, which we use here, which is RHEL, Red Hat family, Debian family, and SUSE family, and stuff like that. Okay, so here I'll talk about only two family right now. Debian family will take one is Ubuntu. Okay, so this is the two flavor of Linux. This is the flavor of Linux we are using. So if you go to get into the RHEL family, there is one operating system which is very popular is CentOS. CentOS is free, RHEL paid. Okay, that's the difference. And then here we have Ubuntu. Both are very popular operating systems what you have. So if you want to practice anything in terms of DevOps tool or so on, either you go for CentOS operating system or Ubuntu. You can practice in Windows also, but recommendation is like you always should practice in Linux. The reason is DevOps, all the operations which we are doing in Linux. So now the question is, how do we install it? So earlier we used to install the in physical server. Okay. Then nowadays we are having the virtual server. Okay. And also I'll teach you the container also, Docker and stuff like that, but not today, some other time, some other day in the Docker session. So today we'll focus on the virtual server. So now the question is, how do we create virtual server? How to create virtual server? That is a question. So for creating virtual server, we use hypervisor. Hypervisor. Now the question is, what is hypervisor? So you can say hypervisor is a kind of software which can help you to manage the virtual server. Okay. So there are a lot of hypervisors are available. If you click here and list of hypervisors, and you see here a lot of hypervisors are available. KVM, this. So many hypervisors are there in the market right now. But one of the hypervisor which I'm going to use as part of this session is VirtualBox. Okay, this is a VirtualBox. So VirtualBox is one of the hypervisor which you can install in your laptop itself. So you can go to download VirtualBox, which is here. Okay, here. This is a Windows, Mac, Linux. So we are using our host machine Windows only. So you'll go and download this VirtualBox. This is a exe file. You just have to download and install it. Next, and finish. That's all. So this is the place where from where you can download the VirtualBox. Now next thing is, how do we create a virtual machines? So here, once you install the VirtualBox, it will be something like this. Look at my screen here. Oracle VM VirtualBox. Once you open up this, and here you see left side, I have so much of VMs lying. So many VMs are there. See that. So I'll create one more VM, so you can also create your own environment. So what for creating a VM, you need a OS, and OS you will need an ISO, correct? ISO. So from where we get ISO, so we decided we'll go for the CentOS and Ubuntu. So CentOS download. Okay. I would recommend you to download the CentOS 7. Okay, which we are using for all the lab and all stuff like that. Okay, so see here. So this is the one, CentOS Linux, and you can download this. Here multiple mirrors are there. You can try any one of the mirror and you can download ISO file. So from here you will download the ISO file. How it will look like, let me show you. I have already downloaded just to save time. Just download and software, and here you see this is the ISO file. Okay, so this is the something which you will download. Somewhere this is a close to 9 GB actually. Oh, sorry, it's a 9 MB, 900 MB plus, approx 1 GB. So this is the minimal actually. If you go for the higher one, then you'll be more than 4 GB, 8 GB, 9 GB, So you can download this one and keep it ready. So now you have two ingredients to create a virtual server. One is like a hypervisor, VirtualBox, company name VirtualBox, product name VirtualBox, and the ISO image CentOS. Now you may go for the Ubuntu also. Most of the people they like Ubuntu also. So Ubuntu download, and here you have a VirtualBox. Sorry, ISO image. So you can go for the download desktop or server. Both are okay. So here 22 is the latest version. You can download here, and you will get something like Ubuntu. Do we have Ubuntu? Let me check. See here. So this is the 20 and 22. Both you have something like this. Here CentOS 7 is also there. This is the DVD version. I think this is almost 5 GB, but the minimal version is only 1 GB. Okay. So I'll move it here. We keep it one place. Okay. So now all the ingredients you have it to download the VirtualBox. I'll just keep it here. This is the desktop version of Ubuntu. Server version you will get it here, somewhere here. So server version is also available. Server version no UI, no console. Desktop version you will have a console. It's up to you. Okay, so now we are going to create a VM. So how do we create a VM? Again, click here, new. Okay, this is for the demo. Name it whatever you want. By default is stored in this location, and let it be. I don't change this location. But if you want to create a VM in certain location, you can do that. You can select the type. Right now is Linux, right? And the version you can select, let's say CentOS, which is Red Hat family. So here you have to specify a Red Hat 64-bit. This is the VM. How much memory you want? Let's say you want to give 3 GB memory or something. Next, some virtual disk. Create a new virtual disk, and VDI. What type of virtual disk you want? VDI. And next, whether it should be created fixed size or grow over the period of time. And here you can specify the disk size, 20-30 GB, whatever it is, and create it. So this VM, if you see the extreme bottom section here, you have a VM created. Now what you are going to do? So VM is created, but we have to fill the operating system into that. So how do we do that? So go to the setting here and go to the storage, and you see this is empty. Here empty, locate the ISO image here. So I'll just go and say choose a disk file, and let's go for CentOS 7 minimal. This is the minimal, and open up. Okay, and click OK. So what I did, I attached the disk operating system to the VM, and now I will start it. So this is the operating system installation. Just start it. Okay, it will have to just follow all the stuff, and within 4 to 5 minutes your VMs will be ready. So here, see, install the CentOS, follow this, all the widgets and all. and this is a widget. Just select it, whichever the language and country. So next, and here you have to little bit scroll down, and you can be a slow little bit, read it and all stuff like that. Here you require the installation destination. So BDI, the one which we created last time, you select this one, and you can add a more disk, but that's sufficient for time being. And begin installations. Set the root password. Username password is Rajesh123, Rajesh123, and done. Now this installation is somewhere here, is you see is in process. You want to create a more user and all, you can do that, but later point of the time also you can do that. That's not a problem. Okay, so this is the VM which you have created. Let it create the VM. Two minutes, I think it will take max. Minimal version I did it, so it will consume little less time. Desktop version, if you do that, it will take little bit more time. Desktop version is somewhere close to 5 GB, minimal is close to 1 GB. Okay, so same thing what I did with the CentOS, you can do with the Ubuntu also. Windows also. So you can create a one Windows image, one CentOS image, one Ubuntu image, all these things you can keep it actually. So that way you can do everything, every lab and all in your laptop only. You don't have to, depend on someone else for the lab infrastructure. Your everything will be under your control. So almost done. Just wait for a few seconds more. Okay, so meanwhile, let it completed. Let's not waste the time. See here, my one thing which is very important right now, my cursor is stuck somewhere in the window. So how do we how to come out of it? So guys, please hear me out. Most of the time you'll get stuck and probably you'll get irritated also sometimes. Don't need to irritate actually. So if the cursor is in such stuck inside, then from the right side of the keyboard, you have to press Control Alt. And you see my cursor is released. Again, if you click inside that, again it will get activated inside it. So there is a few utilities are there in the VirtualBox which will solve this problem. For wherever you click, it will take that stuff accordingly. But for time being, don't get irritated. Control Alt from right side of the keyboard, and you'll do that. Same thing you will see. I don't know whether you can see the bottom section of this VM or not. See here, right control you see to release into the this one. Okay, so let it continue here. Then let's talk about some of the important things here. So here
Can I ask you something?
yeah,
Sorry to
please.
interrupt you. This ISO image is the one which contained the kernel information, isn't it?
Yes. So it's a
Oh,
OS operating system which has a kernel and plus your some customized applications also.
okay.
So here, most of the time, either you work for the CentOS, okay, or RHEL or Ubuntu. So this you have a concept of package manager. Okay, what is a package manager? So please understand in a very simple way. Okay, so let me create an image for it. So this is the, I'll put it in this way so you'll remember all the time. This is a mobile. So I want to install WhatsApp into this. So what we do? Tell me. I want to install WhatsApp. So what we do? Tell me.
Play Store.
So there is one application called Play Store, correct? So what we do? We go to the Play Store and say install, correct? So the package of WhatsApp comes from where? Comes from where? So this is the Play Store cloud, right? You see, you want to see that? Play Store cloud is there. That we call it registry actually. Play Store. This is the one. Here it is. Here. This is the cloud. So what happens when you use the Play Store that and say install or remove whatever it is, when you say install, the package of the WhatsApp is here, and from here download happen and then install happen. This is if you are having Android, it's a APK file. Okay, and when you say remove, then just remove this file. Are you understanding this concept? Comfortable, right? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so something
Yes.
similar concept we have in operating system also. So let's replace this mobile with operating system. See, in operating system like Windows or Ubuntu or CentOS. So how do you install any application? So then you will say, Rajesh, what is the big deal? We can install through download the exe and install it. But actually we are not doing that one actually nowadays. We are using something different. So let's say this is operating system and here we install the client. The client is like a Play Store was a client, right? And here this is the some registry, cloud registry where the hell lot of packages are there. So you want to install Java, so Java will be downloaded from here to here and then installation will happen here. You want to install Git, it will be there. So this utility in CentOS we call it yum. In Ubuntu we call it apt. In Windows we call it NuGet. Chocolatey also there. I'm not talking about everything. And in Android we call it Play Store. Okay, so Android is based on the GUI, but for operating system like RHEL or Ubuntu is a command line too. So this is called package manager. Okay, what we call it, package manager. It manages your package. Okay, it's called package manager. Will you remember that? In short, if I say, hey, you want to install Git in CentOS, so yum install Git. If you want to install NuGet, I mean Ubuntu in you want to install Git inside Ubuntu, so apt get install Git. If you want to do that NuGet Windows, chocolatey install or NuGet install Git some path and something. In the UI in Android, how do you do that? Very good. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes, I understood, but I have a question. Is
Yeah.
chocolatey is cannot be used in this operating system?
Chocolatey?
Yeah. Oh, only in
So
Windows. Okay.
yeah, chocolate
Okay.
is here. So you should go here, chocolatey. Oh, come on. Just search like this. Yeah, this is the one. So see here, a package manager for Windows. So how many packages you have here? 7. So this is the central one. I'll just write it. NuGet org, you go here. Yeah. See this, how many packages? Here. And this for this yum, there are hundreds of repository like that. So yum repository, there's hundreds of it. Official is maintained by RHEL, Let me see if I can get a repo. UI is not there. That's unfortunate things. So whenever you see, you'll see something like this. You are that something like this. So this is configuration. So you'll see something like this. Okay, something like this. So it will be added in the yum repos configurations. So this is the thing. So let's say if you want to install it, you will do this. Now let's say if you want to remove it, then you will do like this. Remove it, something like this. So in Linux, whenever you install the packages, then you should do like that. Sometimes you won't have a packages. For that you have to register the registry for that particular registry. Going further, anyways, we'll use multiple times and we'll get to. Okay, so now let me see my Windows. Yeah. So my CentOS is ready. Reboot this guy. Done. So reboot has been completed. My username is root and password is Rajesh123. Let me come back to this. Say root Rajesh123. Okay. Now here, this console I'm not very comfortable working with it. So I want to work with a PuTTY or SSH client or something like that. So what to do? So I will go for and get the IP address of this machine. So IPA is a command to get the address. If I see that IP address, I have not got it. See here. So what do we do in this case? So very first time when you set up a VM, then you won't get IP address. Then you'll say, how do I get IP address? How do we enable the networking? Actually, it's not IP address problem. Networking is not enabled. So there is one utility which will work in Ubuntu and CentOS both operating system. If it is a GUI part, then I think you will figure it out. That's not a problem. But if it is a command line, then there's one utility which is called NMTUI. Okay, NMTUI. Remember that. Okay. So I just enter and see here. I can edit the connection, activate the connection, set the system host name, and all this thing. You can do that. Right now, my objective is not to complicate, but activate the connection. Enter. See, it's not activated. So just through the keyword you say, and now it's activated. So now if you go back and click OK and clear the screen, and IPA now got the IP address. What is IP address? 10.0.2.15. Correct, no? All of you? I don't know whether you can see it or not. All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now what to do? So I have a username, I have a password, I have a IP address also. So I can use a PuTTY. PuTTY, I don't know how many of you have used it. I'm not able to come out of it. So Control Alt, and here I came out of it, and I'll use a PuTTY SSH client. We have to use it. Typically, it will make your life easier. Okay, copy paste will be easier. So SSH client we call it. Many clients are there. Most important is PuTTY. Now we'll say, Rajesh, which one you use it? So I use the different one, not using PuTTY actually. So let me give you my list of it. SSH client. Okay. So here, this is the one probably will help you. So here you can use PuTTY connection manager, super PuTTY, MOBA. I'm using MOBA. m remote ng. I'm using m remote ng and all. So these are the popular one. So you can use the putty. See, putty and putty connection manager both are different. Okay, so please mind it. So your putty and other, or you want this one. I like the git bash also. I don't know how many of you like it. I like the git bash also. So these are the way I can do that. So for putty, if you do, let's say I have installed the putty, then you will say, Rajesh, from where we can download the putty. So let me give you the direct uh, here. See, no. Yes, I need this one, by the way. Putty. Where is putty? Let's search for putty. Okay. So install and configure VirtualBox, and this one, this one, this one. So this URL, download putty. This URL will help you. Download putty. So here, and one more thing, guys, please mind it. Don't download the putty from different locations. Only these locations. This is putty gen, and this is a putty, and this is a putty gen. So virus may come from different locations. So mind it, okay? So putty download from here, okay? So this is the URL. So here you download the putty from here, and I have downloaded already. Say executable, don't need to install it also. So let me show you that path also. Here, say this is the installer, okay, but this is not installer. So I download this one only. You can download this one also, but you have to install it. So after that you get a putty here. Now put the IP address which is 10.02.15. 10.02.15. Enter. So the problem here is I'm not able to connect it from my Windows machine. Why? So you know what? If I go and study my VM, this is my VM setting, and go to the networking, this is a NAT actually. For the NAT, you have to do the forwarding and all. So from your host machine, you cannot connect. So what I will do, I will go and change the network attached to the bridge network. Bridge network means it will take the IP address from your router, Wi-Fi router. Okay, so that's a bridge network. Click OK. I did this, and here, see that IP address still not changed. Now it has changed. Did you notice from 10 to 192? Do let me know if you noticed. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 192.168.1.9. So that's IP address I can access from here. Okay. So now if you go here, putty 192.168.1.9, enter, accept. First time you have to accept. My username is root and password is Rajesh123. Do whatever you want with this putty. You can do the copy paste lots of things, command and all, it'll be easy for you. So guys, this is putty. Now I'll show you one more tool which you love it, get bash. Okay, so this is the through command line. So what we do, so here SSH, this is the command line, root at the rate of 192.168.1.9. Now here there is a problem. The problem is, one more time, So you should read the error. So the problem is host key verification failed. So
It
what
is,
is happening?
yeah.
Yeah, tell me.
It needs the certification from the server for this logging, isn't it?
Not like that. In Linux, very first time when you connect, then fingerprinting allow. Here also yes, here also yes, it was there. So that host verification fingerprint is getting failed. Okay. So what could be the reason for it? So reason could be multiple. For this machine, it got fingerprinting created, so it's trying to replace that machine and this, that, and all. So let me close this and clear this. Multiple solutions are there. I'll not complicate your understanding for time being. You will not face these issues. I am facing is because this nine IP address assigning to other VMs also. So what I will do? Nothing great. I can get rid of this file, okay, which is a known host, or I can, there is one entry for this IP address in this file. I can delete it, whichever you want. So it's up to you approach. This is, as of now, you should ignore it. I don't want you to get into lost in this so much of stuff for time being. So this I will fix it in anyways. So dot 168.1.9. There's one entry here. So I'll delete this, and I'm expecting this should be fixed that. So it will ask for yes and Rajesh 123 done. So this is something which I got it. I love this one only. All the time when you see me showing you the demo, we do this one only. Now I would like to, after getting the VM, see now I have got the VM and ready to use it. So for example, how do I install the applications which I discussed somewhere here. So I want to install Git. So yum, say Git is there or not? Say it's not there. So yum install Git. So like that, those application you can install and remove it. So now I installed this. Yes, you have to press. And now Git is installed. See, now I want to remove it. So remove it. Yes, done. Git is removed. So this is the way you can do that. Now, one thing I would like to show you, and that is this URL. How to log in Linux server using SSH. This is a good tutorial you have here. So here you have all the ways. How do we log in? You can log in using username and password, or you can use username and key also. Key is, you can generate a key. Okay, you can generate a key and you can enable the key based authentications in the server. But you know what, AWS, wherever you go to AWS and all, so they don't give you the password by default, they give you the key actually. So without a key you cannot initially log in, so you can use the key also. So yeah, you can use the putty username, IP address, username and password. For GitBash and Mac you can use IP address, username and password like this. That's just now I showed you. Okay, or if you want to use a key, then this is the way you can use the key. So ssh-i and key username at the rate of IP address. Okay. So now how do we log in to Linux box and different modes and all? Are you clear so far?
This one with git bash, this SSH root at where do we give the password? I forgot.
They will prompt you if you don't give it.
Okay. If we want to do automate in Jenkins with this sort of things, how can we? Because there is the possibility, no possibility to give a password in the prompt. So how can we give this password in SSH itself?
No, there we have options. In Jenkins, we have options. So when we
Oh,
have a keep it have this questions to be asked in
mhm.
Jenkins session, I'll show you because Jenkins installation
Okay.
is not there now. So,
Okay.
but it's there. You have that
Okay.
option. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now what we did, we understood how do we, you know, set up the hypervisor. How do we set up the VM? How do we create a VM? How do we access the VM? How do we install and remove the packages and different ways to work on it? Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions? Okay. So now next question is how to work with Linux. Okay. How to work with Linux. So basically remember that you need to you need to have one mindset which is something like forget the UI part actually. The console of Windows, I know you like it a lot, but you have to come out of this world. So how do we work with Linux? So for that, you have to learn the commands. And you know how many commands you have uh, in Linux? So there's one database we are creating slowly. Okay, in the Linux, how many commands you have? So at least 1229 popular commands you have in any Linux. It's a minimum list, by the way. Here, 1229. So that many commands you have, but it's not possible us to learn all these commands. Okay, or else we'll be lost in Linux itself. So what do we do in this case? Again, one more thing. Even though if you try to learn all these commands without the use cases, then today probably you'll practice it, tomorrow you'll forget. So don't be harsh with yourself. Don't try to remember all the commands. Rather than do only one thing, try to work day and night in Linux. And when the requirement arise, let it be a part of your life actually. That is the right approach. Okay. So this is the thing. So now the question is, which are the command I should learn further for getting started? So I have created one list of commands, which is Linux user command. Okay. So this is the user command which we have. So all these commands which we have here is user command, and there's one list of commands which I have is admin command. Okay. So how do we administrate the Linux and how do we use on daily basis the Linux? There is a one command I've created. So here admin commands here. Okay. So now let me talk about this, all the commands which you have to practice it without fail. So see, these are the commands which you have for Linux user. Okay. So let's get started. So first thing, file commands related to that listing commands. Okay. So this will, all these commands you have in front of you, you have to practice it. Listing commands. Then you see remove commands. Here you have to remove the file and directory also here. Okay. Here you have a command to see the current directory, make directory. Some copy command you have to learn, cp. If you want to move, cut a file, mb command. Soft link, ln command. Touch more, cat command to see the content of it. If you want to see the top of the file, head, bottom of the file, tell. You want to decrypt some file, here. You want to count some files, words, lines, and all, wc. You want to cut some field from the files, field or some character, column, and all. So cut command. Data command also is we have. If you want to do the pattern matching and all and print it, awk command you can use it. Diff command we have it. If you want to uh, set some files, you want to source some files and set the environment variable, source file, source command we have. Shorting, short command. You want to move from one place to another place, cd command. You want to compress using tarball, tar command you have. You want to transfer from one machine to another machine, some files and directory. SCP commands you have. rsync also is a utility for God. Okay, users and group. So let's say who's logged in, active user, who's last logged in, who's currently logged in. So the users that logged in and their identity, how to create a group, how to create a user, how to modify user, how to get some extra permissions for it, how to delete user, how to modify users, how to change the users group, all this thing. Here you have yum commands. Yum, the one which I was showing you, yum list installed, yum search, yum info, yum install, DNF for the other apt package manager, you can ignore it. Apt we have, RPM we have. RPM is for the Red Hat which you have. Okay, so this is the way. Process related command you have ps, pstree, pmap, top. So if you want to see the processes of your Linux, here. You want to kill some process, kill command you have here. You want to see the background process here. You want to bring into the foreground, here you have. You want to see which is the file which has been used, ls command. Something for the background. Okay, here system information you name, uptime to see that how long the server is running, host name, date command, calculator, wc which list of logged in user, OMI, finger, ulimit, shutdown, reboot, and on some. Disk uses command you have here. So df, fdisk, du, and all. How do we log in? Just now I showed you here. As such and all, you can try. How to set the file permission? Chmod. This I'll discuss. Require little bit attention here. Okay, and also like that. So here, networking related commands, IP address show, if config, netstat, see all the active listening port with netset command. Okay, if you want to see the domain information, DNS servers information, these are the commands. Okay, if you want to set the variables, this is the way you can set the variables. So whatever the command you learn, you can write a shell scripting also. So that we'll discuss sometime. So you want to set a variable, you want to export in environment variable, here bash. Okay, so these are the things. You can't echo the variable, here it is. Okay, you want to see some files on certain intervals, here it is. You want to slip some command, slip for some time, here it is. Some commands you want to make it slip. So here some of the Linux keyboard shortcut which will be useful whenever you are working with Linux. Here you have some file related and stuff like that. You see here. Comparison commands, here you have common, find out the common between the two files, so you have common commands. Diff, comp, and comparisons. So this is stat commands, you have it, and so on. So this is the file. Okay, I know that I'm not running this command, but it's all about the practicing, and you have to practice this command. Okay, so now I will go for user questions. Okay, so based on your curiosity, let's say you want to do something in the Linux, because as I said, there are a lot of commands which we have without a context. It's very difficult to visualize. So you tell me what are the things you want to do that in Linux, so I can show you. So each one of you will tell me one problem statement for me, and that a demo I'll show you. Okay, so start with Pratik. What you want to do in Linux?
Like problem statement.
Hmm. One thing, see, you are working in Windows, right? Doing a lot of things. Same
Yeah.
thing you want to do in Linux. So what?
List of active users in the Linux, or like
Okay, W. Got it. See here. This is the who am I? Okay, done. Okay, Sandhya, any questions?
Yeah, I would like to know what the server, I mean, the ports it's listening to.
Listening to netstat. So netstat, sorry, tailspin IP, netstat tailspin IP. So netstat is not there. What do we do in this case? So any idea what we do in this case? Netstat is not
And need to install package instead.
there. Yum. Wait, I don't remember the package name. So what I will do? Quickly Google, and I think its IP package name is IP binding. Okay. So CentOS netstat install. I think IP binding or something like that. Or NetTools. This is the one. Yeah. So let me install this. Yum install NetTools. Yes. And netstat toolspin, which will tell you netstat hyphen toolspin spelling. Okay, just a second. Open port in Linux netstat. Lento. So here, these are the list of open port which we have available. Used port you want, again you
Yeah.
have to use the same thing, same different combinations. So like this you can filter it also if it is used or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, so next question is from Sharif.
Like what services are currently running now?
This is the all services running. The command is ps-eaf, E for system actually, but I want to know which service is running under me. This one, but entire
Yeah.
server, this command. Okay, Steven,
Okay.
what is your question? All of you. Steven. Okay, Sujit Kumar. Sujit, are you there in the session?
No, I don't have any questions for now.
Anything, just
Yeah,
whatever you are using Windows, right? You ask in same thing, whatever you are doing in Windows, you say Rajesh, I need in Linux. Simple.
okay. Um, since I'm a little bit familiar with the basic tasks, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Like, I have one question, but that
Yeah.
is about partitioning. So, will that be helpful?
Yeah. Tell me.
Okay. For example, in Windows, after we install that, we can do partitioning, right? We can manipulate the
Partition.
partitioning.
Yes.
Yeah, in the same way. So how can we add new mode points?
Yes, we can do that. Everything you can do. See, I'll show you the Windows part. Many of you, I think, don't know what he's talking about. So this is the disk manager. Okay, here you can create a partitions in Windows. You can create a more partitions. Okay, if you have more disk, you can create. It's still loading actually. It's a little slow in my system because too much applications and all. But how do we call this disk management in Linux? The command is lsblk here. Okay, so if you want to create a more disk sblk, there's a variations for it. So you should have a list of commands. Okay, so see here, to display, to print, to skip, to use, all this lsblk. And there's one more command which is called create disk in Linux. There's one more command which is this is not the right command for all operating system. There's so many commands are there for this. Fdisk, formatting disk. There's a 5-6 utilities are there, but fdisk you'll find everywhere. So fdisk is also fdisk. This is the command. So combinations you have to use it. I'm not creating a partitions. But so guys, am I
So
I
what
mean,
are the partitions like?
hello.
Sorry. Yes, sir. What is partition?
Partition is C drive, D drive.
Oh, okay.
Disk, creating a disk. C drive, D
Okay.
drive. Yeah. So like that. So there's two command lsblk for listing and fdisk for creating. Okay.
Hello,
Brother.
Raj.
Yeah.
Hello, Raj.
Yes. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, Sorry, I signed in a little late. I'm sorry about that, and it looks like I'm a little lost. Are these Linux commands what we need in DevOps, or I'm not really following exactly where you're trying to go.
Yeah. So basically, we are having Linux session now, and we are trying to get comfortable with the Linux command. And I'm asking each and every one problems, so I can show you the commands for it. Hello. Am I losing you guys? Is there any
No,
problem
no,
from my
no,
side?
no.
No.
Now I understand. We can move it forward. I understand what you're doing now.
Okay. Surendra, your command, you tell me.
Okay, maybe killing some process.
See here, there's a process which is running. Let's say,
One with a Java process, if the process is hanging.
any process ID. It's not only Java and all. Let me create one process. Okay. So here,
Mhm.
there is one file. Let me fake it out. Okay. So here, what I'm saying, vi. There's one writing amount shell scripting. Okay. So test.sh. Now this I'm saying sleep for 100 seconds. Okay. Done. Save it. Okay. Now give permission. So I wrote one shell scripting, and to execute I have to give the permissions 755 test. Now I will run this script in the background. So how do I run it? No hub. Okay.
BG.
Test and ampersand. So this command will run in the background. Okay. So control C. I did not run it. See, do you have any task in background? See, no. Now I'm running it. So this is running. I'm running in here. And now see, do you have a task here? See, now I want to kill that process. So how do I list it? First search for that particular process. Okay, grep test. See, this is the task, correct now? So this is the PID, this is the PPID. Parent ID, PPID, kill -9 you can add it for safety. And then
But But how can I list? How can I know that it is a PID? Does it contain the header when I list them?
This is the command to list out the process, no? All process.
Yeah.
This is the all process. But I will filter it out using grep. And let's say I want to k worker process running, right? So I'll just filter it out using grep. Okay, and here it is, all the k worker process. Now which one you want? So in your case, like this, you'll be having Java process.
I mean with the, if for instance, for example, root 4 2, it is there. We don't know what is the PID. If either 4 is the PID or 2 is the PID. We don't know,
Huh.
isn't it? So
Four,
if it the header is listed on the top of it, so it will be clear for me. How
huh.
can I list the head?
4 is a PID, 2 is a PPID, parent ID. That means,
Uh-huh.
uh, uh, now the question is header. So here, because of I'm grepping it, header is going away. So what you can do, ps-ef, see here, header has come.
Okay. PSCA. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah. Suresh, your questions? Suresh, hello.
Hi, Rajesh.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you like change port, like switch between ports?
Port, right?
Yeah, like SSH port, just switch between.
Uh, Probably we'll take this question for little time. Port switch. Okay. This I'll be on hold. Okay, Suresh, you have any questions? Okay. Sushil, your turn. Yeah, Yami.
Skip mine for now. I'll
Yeah,
come back to it.
yeah. Okay, guys. So I think many of people I have missed out. Can you please come back to me with the questions? What is your
Uh,
questions?
sir, I'm totally new to this, so I'll just ask, how do we add users?
Hmm. So let's say first understand how many users we have. So there is one file which is there where which will give me all the users. I typically use more command, but you can use the cat command also. This is the file, and just remember, hard code your mind. This is the file. Okay, this file which has all the users. See here, these are the users, list of users which we have it. I am the root right now. Now the question is how to add a users. So either you go and manually add the users inside it, but no one is doing it. So for example, there's one command for it, user add Rajesh, correct now? And here I added a user, that's all. You can customize it, you can set many variables also. And you see here, Rajesh has come. Now you have to set the password for Rajesh. So how do we do that? Password. This is a command, Rajesh. Because I'm a root, I can do anything. And here, what is the password? So Rajesh123, Rajesh123. So now you want to log in as a Rajesh, you can do that through the putty and all. But let's say if I want to, from the root, I want to go to Rajesh. So su Rajesh, and here I become a Rajesh. Exit root su Rajesh. Exit root. Answer your question?
Yes, sir. So I'm just trying to understand, like, you are teaching us these commands that to be used in Linux, right?
Yes. Practice. Don't get scared. Actually, it's just a
Okay.
practice. That's what I'm saying. Uh, a lot of commands are there, but
Mm-hmm.
practice will make you perfect. If you think, okay, I will just list out one command one day, all commands in one day, and then I'll remember this. No, it's not going to work out. So it's a
Okay.
gradual learnings you have to get. I'm just making you comfortable. Actually.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. Who's having?
Kumar here.
Rajesh.
How do we check which process is utilizing the highest memory?
Yeah, very good question. So there is one question here. First of all, memory management. There are few commands are there. I'll not scare you, but I'm showing you. So free is a one command which will Just a second. So free command, which will tell you these are the how much memory used, how much memory free, you know. If you don't understand this -h, it will tell you in the memory GB and MBs and all. So right now my GB, I mean 2.6 GB is available for me. There's a different kind of memories also. There's a which process which is consuming which how much memory top. See here. These are the utility. Let's say this guy, I don't know, this is system utility consuming almost nothing. Okay, so right now this server is new, so most of the time you see CPU and RAM very little. But yeah, if you run any application, let's say I'm running one applications, just give me 2 seconds. So here I'm installing httpd, install http web server. I'm installing it, and I installed this web server, Apache web server, and I'm running this systemctl start httpd. I started it. Can I check the process? See here, httpd is running, right? Now I want to know how much httpd is consuming. So top, and here look for the httpd process, and you can this filter also. So grep httpd, not coming. VM stat, this is another command. IO stat, this is another command. IO, this spelling mistake. MP IO is not there, so you have to install it. VM stat is there. MP stat is also there. No, it's not there. You have to install it. So like this, you have to locate that, and let's say this guy is consuming this many CPU and also flavor. Now that command also we can get it. There's a little bit complication. So here list CPU and RAM for specific process in Linux. So then we'll get command combination of multiple commands. So here, this is the one. So this is you can't remember it. That's the reason you have to keep a note of it. Okay. So this will give you the shorted way. So here, see here. So the most used CPU is this one. Rest of this is not being used. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Yeah. So like that you have to practice. Don't try to remember this command. Just remove this main command. After that, this will automatically you can get it from the Google, or with the practice you'll get it. Okay, who's going to ask me a next question?
Yeah,
Sushil
Rajesh,
this side.
this is Deepak.
Yeah, yeah, Deepak.
Yeah, you have created a new user, right? Correct me
Mm-hmm.
if I am wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, Only admin can actually create new users, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Only admin. Root. Admin means root. Okay. Yes, root.
Okay. Okay. If
There is one.
one user cannot create another user, right? If he is not
No,
admin.
no.
Okay.
Okay. More questions?
Hi Rajesh, Sushil this side.
Yes, Sushil.
So would you teach us about shell scripting as well?
Yeah, shell scripting we have. I'll teach you shell scripting. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
More questions, guys? Who's next? Okay. So I believe there's no question. So but yeah, you have to practice it all the commands, and then every day bring into the practices. This is the
Right.
administration command, and also okay. So there were few commands I keep it on hold because I think I need to explain in proper way. Okay. So first thing is port switching. So port switching, there is no as such concept is there. See what happens? There is one application, let's say Apache, and this Apache is running by default with 80. Now you want to change the port, so what you have to do? Go to the Apache configuration and change the port. Simple. For example, here I have installed Apache. Which Apache? HTTPD. Configuration is lying in etc. I know the location, so that's region blindly I'm going. HTTPD here. So this is the file. This is the location, I think. Here. This is the file which contains the port number. Okay. So if you search for this port number, more HTTPD conf grep 80, and you see here this is the port. Because of that, Apache is running on 80 port. So what you need to do? You need to change this port to 8081. Let me change this. So right now I'm showing you what is IP address. Let me just again hold on. This is the one. I hate this IP address. Apache should display. Apache is not being displayed. See curl HTTP localhost is there. Here it's not there. What could be the reason? Anyone guess? Anyone guess?
This is non-routable, right?
No.
I
Can you
think
please
the
repeat
Apache,
the question?
Apache is running in the local. You see that in front of you here, but I cannot access.
Because the port is not accessible.
No accessible. Port is always accessible. Okay, I'll show you this.
But
How can I check? So you can check through the ping 192.168 1 dot, what is that, 1.9, right? See, it's accessible. IP address accessible. Now if you want to check the port also, telnet you can do that. Telnet 192.168.1.9 and 80 port. Telnet is not there, so I cannot run this command in my browser. But it's accessible. I know that. What could be the reason for it?
What is the concept of coding? Like when you say 192 dot this and that, what is really the concept? Because I believe if you don't understand how to code, you cannot change a code. Let's say an application is running. Maybe you want to troubleshoot, you want to change the code, or not. If you don't understand the concept, how do you go about changing the code?
Code or port? I'm not changing code. Port you are talking about, right?
Okay. Oh, you
Yeah.
see the port. That's what you
I
mean.
said port. Yeah, port, not code. I'm not
Okay.
changing code. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Got you.
So what could be the
So,
reason? So you have to troubleshoot, guys. This is where you have learnings actually. See that it's running in the local, perfectly fine, not running. What could be the reason? Tens of commands you have to validate. Ping, telnet, netstat. These all are networking commands. Okay. But I know the reason, so I'll just simply fix that problem. Systemctl stop firewall is the reason. By default, the firewall is enabled. So I'm stopping it. Sorry, I'm disabling the firewall. Okay. Disable. What is a firewall? This command I remember that, so I'm just blindly running. But you have to learn gradually. You cannot learn in one day everything. Just build the logic. So disable firewall D. This is the one I disabled. Still I'm not accessing. Why? Any idea? So guys,
Restart the
here I
service.
service
no no no
again.
no. It's running. No, locally it's running. See here, locally local host is running. So what is? I disable the firewall. I did not stop the firewall. Remember, I disable the firewall. For next reboot, it will be applicable. I have to stop it, and you see. So understand, small things in Linux matters a lot. I know that in Windows you got a habit of it, but same way you have to get a habit of Linux. Okay, so this is the applications which I'm having. So now it's running on 80 port. Okay, so the question from Vemi was how can I change the port? So here I'll go to http://conf vi editor. I'll teach you vi editor also. Vi editor. Okay, so I'll change the port number. Okay, so here 81 and restart this. systemctl restart httpd status c is running cat port not accessible. What to do? 81 access. So Bemi, did you get an answer for it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this is called port switching. Now I want to tell you this ch mode. Okay. So ch mode, what is ch mode and all? So please understand this. Very important. So guys, look at my screen and go to any file. For example, this is the file ls-lrt. So this is the permission mode, owner, group, date and all for this file. So I'll just copy this here. And this is the one you just copy and remove this like this. Divide. You know what is this? Anyone, one of you have idea about this? What is this?
Read write permissions.
Read,
Yeah,
write, execute.
correct. So this is for the owner. Okay. This is for the group, and this is for other. Okay. Owner means who is the owner of file. Owner of file. Root is the owner of file, so he can do this one. A root user is a part of certain group which is here. So any member of the group, this is the group, okay, named with root in itself, will have this access, read and executable, no write access. And any other person who's not a owner, who's not a part of the group, will have this access. So this is what you understand. So read hold the some values. So R hold the 4 values. Write, I forgot. Anyone remember? 2. And execute hold the 0.
1 triple 0.
1.
1. Correct? Yes.
1.
So here, if I say what access owner have, so 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7. Maximum 7 can come. Okay, so owner has 7 access. Read plus write 5 and read plus write 5. That means this file has 755 permissions. Can I give full permission? So I'll write ch mode 777. Can I give no permission? Ch mode 000. Sorry. Yeah, 000. Are you understanding, all of you?
No, sir. Like, why are we doing this? 777.
777 means 4, 3, 2, 7. Full permission. 4. This is the not there, but we have to make it something like read, write, execute. Read, write, execute. Read, write, execute. So here read 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 7, 7, 7. Now if I say, hey, I'll not give you access, only I'll give you read access. So 7, 4, 4. So 7, 4, 4 is that means owner will be having complete access. Group people will be having only read access, and other will have a read
Okay.
access. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So here
Thank you.
right now I have a 755. So how do I give it the full permission? 6ch mode 777. Rest dot. I give the whole access. You see. Now I'll give only read access. Read access. So 444, 444. Everyone I given a 444 access. See, read. Second line. You see. Correct now?
Yes, sir. Thanks.
So this is the way you have to understand this way. Permission is important for executing any script in Linux. You have to have a execute permission X. Okay, without that you will not be able to execute. So you should be having execute permission. Okay, any other questions, guys? Okay, so guys, one more important topic which we have is called sudo. So you might be seeing this lots of people sudo. Have you seen this? Anyone? I'm sure most of you might have seen it. What do you think? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So what is a sudo? So see guys, in
And
Linux,
roots
admin is root.
user.
So he can do all admin work. All admin work, everything. All means all can do. Let's say Rajesh is the normal user. So let me log in as a Rajesh, okay? So clear this su Rajesh. Okay. And now I'm trying to install yum install git. See here. Understood? Yeah. Okay, there's one question has come in the chat. I'll cover a little bit later. Okay, so you will have this problem. What to do in this case? How to deal with it? So see, sometime what happens? You don't want to share the root user, root access. You don't want to share, but also you want sometime normal users should be able to do that all the activity. So if I do all the activity, let's say I'm Rajesh, sudo yum install git. Sudo is basically to gaining the root privileges without being a root. Sudo is something like gaining a root privilege without being a root. And if I become a sudo yum install git, see here there's some warning. They're asking me for the password, Rajesh123 password. Can you please read this? This is the error you get. So did you understand that what it is happening? All of you?
Yes.
So basically what happens, any user, less like Rajesh, you want to allow to allow to access using sudo. So that user need to be added in a sudo file. Okay, if this user is not in sudo file, then this sudo will not be allowed. So why we use sudo? Simple. We allow all the admin work to be run, admin command to run, but not sharing the root access. At the same time, admin means root has to add Rajesh into the sudo file. Then only I can be allowed to run this command. So now the question is, if you are not, I'm not a part of sudo file. So how can you do that? Many ways are there. Okay, many ways are there. Sudoers file. Let me add users into sudoers, and here you can manually modify this file etc sudoers and add yourself into that. There is a command for also, and here uh, here. So here there is one wheel group actually. Let me see wheel group is there or not. So wheel group is there, which you added the user, that also it will be taken as a sudo. Let me try. Different servers, they have set it up. So where is a group? So I'll just exit, and here I'm a root. I'll go to group etc group, and wheel group is there or not. Long list. I'll just grab it. Grep wheel is there. So what I'm going to add user mode, adding Rajesh to the wheel group. So add user into group. So you have to use user mode or something similar commands. So the command is here. This is the command. So user mode, a group name, what is a wheel and username Rajesh. So if I add myself into this group, which I am right now, and now I'll become a Rajesh, and then sudo yum install git Rajesh 123. See, done. So did you understand that? Now, will group will not work all the time. So the permanent solution is, this is the permanent solution. Very good answer is this file. Go to this file and add that user here. Are you understanding, all of you? All of you?
Instead of all, I should have to just set the username.
Yes, there's a format for it. So here
Oh.
this format is not properly. So you can try other. See here, this is the username. All,
Oh.
no password.
Okay.
This is the right format. Got it, guys? So sudo means if you are allowed to do that, only if admin is adding that to list. Clear this?
Rajesh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Like the wheel that you have added, is that a particular? I mean, it is under sudo words, but is that for particular permissions? I mean, that wheel group has been created. It's not. I mean, a sudo where it will not have all the permissions, but few permissions. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, sudo will have a limited. There is a list of permissions which you can check this. But when I say, just a second, hold on. etc. This is the file. Okay. So all the permissions means when I say it's not 100% root permission, some of the limited permission, including the installations and all the stuff. See here, this file. So why I use the will, because I know that in CentOS will is already added as a group. So anyone who will be a part of that group, he will become a sudo list. So that is the reason I use the will.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah. Good.
But it is not necessarily for all operating system. Here it is. See here. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's many ways to do that. Again, variant will change. That all this stuff will change off. Okay. So we'll get into the other topics of also Linux slowly. But before that, let's get a break. Grab your tea, coffee, restroom, and personal calls. Next 15 minutes. And once you come back from the break, I will teach you some more things and get going. Will that be okay for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
See you
So
guys later.
today's session is also for 3 hours, right?
I'll be a little bit more than, depends on that, your guys questions. Yeah. See you guys.